thoughts on this? Just looking at the draft alone, who are you giving the edge to?
Definitely, given the fact that for Blacklist International, these are their comfort heroes, I will lean towards Blacklist again because it's about comfortability. Same story with the HBSE. I'm just not really sure if how they will recuperate just in case this Princess Frost and the young combination won't work during a team fight.
Yeah, and I think that that's going to be key for this one. But Blacklist International have been watching the Malaysian teams just take over. They 3-0'd both of the different squad teams ahead of them from Indonesia. Now it's up for the Philippines to really represent and to really fight back here.
I'm interested in Blacklist International's performance coming into this BO5 series, but look at the top side though, as for you!
Gone on, and it's going to give up first blood, and Blacklist International striking first.
Oh, but I think there's going to be a trade. No problem. Flash, by the way, out of the ball lane. Anyway, that was a nice play from Blacklist International. We've mentioned about how great it is to have a great Clash laner, and they rotated in an instant. Gave space for Just G and the rest, but fast reaction by HBSE, taking down some of the camps from Blacklist.
Yeah, this top lane is going to be one of the lanes to watch. We have a
Definitely.
lot of pressure on that one. Who's going to blink first?
Who's gonna blink first? Chammy1 told you about that, and Chammy1 got that solo kill with the help of Dragon to really elevate the pressure against HBSE here. But looking at the levels here, Ze is slowly but surely getting over to that level 4 here as Chammy1 forced away from his wave with HBSE getting that priority on the top side.
Yeah, a lot of respect coming in from HBSE on the Clash lane. But it is an intense laning matchup at the bottom lane for the farm laners. But for Blacklist International, what's really nice is that they rotate continuously, even showing up on the farm lane or jungle camps of HBSE.
Yeah, this is what I like. This is what you didn't really see in Game 2, is that how aggressive they are, looking to steal whatever sort they can, and now they're going to go in for this one. Jay has to actually back off. Guyu almost gets it and does end up making Chammy1 pay. Jiyoung with that nice winner is here, right? The zone is going to be on point, but Justy's going to be just looking to be backing off. Guyu looking to maybe turn this around. He gets devastated for his trouble.
1-for-1 exchange so far. Blacklist International strike back and they get a kill. Zuho tried to go for that flash winners here, but in the end, it was not enough as this Ogren in the early game is just so darn strong.
Yeah, very sustainable also is the Ogran, and I gotta say at that moment, I think it was an early cast for Dragon on the board, so later on if it hits or it lands at least 3 players, it could have been a better initiation for Blacklist. But yeah, but 1-for-1 trade, Blacklist International is on the lead. Actually, this is a huge lead for a 3-minute game. Considering that we just have 2 kills for the team.
Yeah, and actually, but I don't want to be like, hey, you know, HBSE's in a bad spot, because even in the first series, that first game against, you know, Bigatron Vitality, is that they were actually behind, but HBSE, like, hey, chill out, we're fine in the mid-game.
Yeah, that's true. So for Blacklist International, for them to be able to win against HBSE is they need to stop other lanes from winning.
Oh, nice. Frigid Prison. It's going to be locking in. Dragon has to flash on back. The winner is here just, again, just zoning and doing that damage.
Lots of zoning here coming in for the side of Blacklist International, but still, that pretty good Frigid Prison there does lock 2 in place, forcing Dragon to bail out of safety here. The first Liang ultimate yet to be seen coming in from Ze here. That first ultimate will make a huge difference between Blacklist International and HBSE as we approach to the 4th minute mark where the Tyrant will be spawned and available in this game number 1.
I love how HBSE is actually not giving that much of information. Most of the time before clearing a minion wave, they hide on the bushes as much as possible. So there's no contest for Blacklist International on this objective, but they will go on the buff of Musang King.
Yeah, they're going to look to take that away, which is going to be key for them.
Yeah, 50-50 trade thus far. They are prioritizing farm over to Just Chief rather than the global buff here. So it is still a decent trade-off here as the goal lead is starting to shrink for both sides as we are approaching the mid-game thus far.
Yeah, the one thing that Bigatron by Vitality did incorrectly was that they had the lead, but they didn't put pressure onto Musang King. He was consistently split pushing. I think that if Blacklist were to kind of draw a beat and make it a little bit uncomfortable for Musang King, they're going to have a much better chance here.
Okay, right now we can see 2 towers down, both a piece. So HBSE at the top lane, bottom lane, and Blacklist International at the top lane. So a nice answer still for both. It's all about trades now for both teams, and they are really rotating fast on this game. But the thing is that we could say that they have the same pattern on how they rotate and how they do things. So it is interesting as to how Blacklist International would withstand the pressure that HBSE will give later on.
It is really down to discipline on how both of these two teams play. They play towards the macro-centric playstyle on the objective, and that is what we're seeing thus far.
They're going in. They got the control, the suppression, but the Conductor of Souls use it, return. They have the board, and they make him pay. It was under the tower, and now Guyu is getting focused in. He's in a bad spot as well, and Blacklist International making him pay.
That is the horrible engage coming from HBSE, and they get punished heavily for it. Blacklist International on the board with 2 more kills, and they are not stopping. They are going for this objective.
Another play, I think. Wow, Blacklist is just over the place. Just trying to take the resources of HBSE. Again, it all started with the board at the top lane. Even the top lane is, or top tower has been defended by Blacklist on this one. Still on the lead, we can see some of the items already for some of the players of Blacklist.
This is the risky part coming in from a Liang pick, whereby if you don't find those early game markers, you really put your team behind because you are not able to burst down that front BB target, which is just G on that Ogryn.
Yeah, there's a lot of tinky guys. I mean, the whole idea behind the Liang was to like potentially lock down Golden Kite. He's going to be so far back, it's going to be difficult to get on top of him. And at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, if he's not making those early pickoffs, he's going to really struggle because he's kind of like a range creep with that control, but he's got a, you know, with those glasses on, very punchable face, it's going to be a very easy kill.
Yeah, that's true. So right now we can see a lot of pressure coming in still, but there's a pendulum swing for Blacklist International. I think even for HBSE, it's like as if they don't want to face each other yet for a team fight. It's like a speed race on taking down the towers as much as possible, which is actually nice. But so far, it is Blacklist International reacting on the rotation of HBSE.
They have the control, but it might not have been the right target. Jay's in a bad spot yet again, and you were talking about this, Tagi, about how if you're not able to find those pickoffs, you're just going to get killed yourself, sacrifice yourself.
And that is so much more pressure here when we look towards mid lane.
It looks like Golden Kite gets the pickup on the VV, and Guyu gets pushed on back. Chammy1 making some plays, and Justy gets the kill, and they're continuing on fighting Ji-Hoon, and they get yet another, a double going the way of Justy.
Blacklist International absolutely dominating this early to mid game phase. They are just coming up with 4 large kills on towards HBSE.
I mean, taking the pressure on. I mean, mid T2 already.
And even Musang King is forced to just go on the other sides of the lane, and the Blacklist International, it's a sped up team wherein we go twice as fast as we normally do. As to why for HBSE, they're kind of caught off guard, but still there are points that they're able to do.
And you're seeing how Blacklist International right now have that lead. They're becoming this death ball that, you know, HBSE are really struggling to fight. And how do you fight against a death ball? You split push, and this is why Musang King is constantly on the flanks.
But this is a 4,000 goal lead in favor of Blacklist International talking. What, we are looking at what? Almost an item up for each of these players?
Yeah, I mean, taking it away. I mean, Musang King literally taking everything at this point, consistently just putting that split push on, right? Blacklist International have to react.
And for Blacklist International, the strength is the early game. So if you are HBSE, as you're able to hold on and finally transition mid to late game or have those items, then it's a lot easier for you. But right now, 4.1k gold lead for Blacklist. Everyone is having a great time. You have 7.6k. Actually, interestingly enough, Musang King has
they find it.
gold.
The controls. They almost try to go on to Chammy1. The barrier's going to slow them down. Chaz1 is going to try to find Guyu, but here come the cavalry. Golden Kite on the side. Justy's going to be there. They have the nice little board locking him in. Guyu's going to be stuck into that one. He's going to be bouncing around, but Chammy1 does trade away his life on this one. Golden Kite is going to have to infinite fastness on back. Justy's still up in front, but they have a free, essentially, kill on the Musang King if they're able to cage this Tiger.
It is still a 1-for-1 trade between the Clash team. Guyu not having the best of the games here. He is 0-5-1 here, but Ji-Hoon here with a defensive win this year. Forces Justy away here, but Musang King, he's starting to ramp up on this pick, and he is looking for a lot of backline flank pressure.
And at that time, I think Blacklist International is just confident because most of the heroes or players are like a half of life, but they still went through on the team fight.
Justy, the control, they find him, and they're doing a decent amount with the Conductor of Souls. Use it in return, they have the taking liberties, and Musang King was not able to go over the wall, and it looks like he's going to be picked off. Justy with a nice little counter initiation. The passive is just barely keeping him alive, and Guyu gets the sword strike, but Golden Kite is getting gone on, and Guyu with the double, making the exit happen.
Chammy!
Continuing on, and Chammy1 KME1 trying to go all in, trying to get the play, but it looks like he's going to die for his cause. And through that all, it looks like it's a 2 for 3 in favor of HBSE.
The Clash Laners are relentless in this case. They are not giving an inch and soil towards their enemy team. They are just going at it multiple times.
Yeah, both Clash Raiders have their own highlights, I think, after this one. But at that moment, I think for KNC1, he was hit by the tower.
Yeah.
So he was taken down by a player from HBSE. But here's the thing now, everyone is individually functioning as per their roles. So for HBSE, they're now trying to take the Tyrant. They have the information that just G and there's a Blacklist could be
Oh, it looks
there.
like the Tyrant is going to be gone on here. They have the nice little knock-up, and Musan King taking the Tyrant, and Guyu looking to turn this around. They have the control on the Justy. He's going to be picked off. Guyu's down. Seong is as well. The unending sorrow, and now here come the reinforcements. Cammy gets the knockoff. BB is down for the count as well, and now Blacklist International with that 3-for-1 trade continuing on.
HBSE, although they get this Shadow Tyrant, but they lose 3 key members here coming into this team fight here. Justy were to fall, but KNC1 once again with the flank gets back-to-back kills.
We call him the Code 1 for a reason. 14-6, and there's gonna be a trade because of the Tyrant take. It's gonna be an Overlord for the side of Blacklist. Goes straight on the buff of Musan King, but he's still able to secure that one out. Now looking at things, in terms of longer team fights, I think as long as HBSE is able to set up a decent play against the Blacklist, and then they are doing that team fight. But for Blacklist, they've been very chaotic in a way, good chaotic, right? Good chaotic for them because they always have a HBSE off guard.
Yeah, off guard at this point. But Blacklist International, I think the late game is going to go in their favor, right? So this early game lead that they have, it's kind of dwindled a bit. They've kind of thrown some of those, you know, those deaths away. KNC1 going a little bit too aggressive at times. Needs to be careful. If anything, hey, hold down, calm down. We got this game. We just need to get to that late game.
And putting perspective into HBSE as well, we have yet to see a successful Liang Princess Boss combination being pulled off in these team fights. That is a big marker of failure here coming in for this combination here. But so far, this lead has been strong to a 3,000 compared to the 5,000 we've seen towards that mid game.
I would agree, and I think for HBSE, what's really nice is that there's still efforts, or there is still a way for Musan King to actually farm on the areas of Blacklist International.
Oh, but they find him. They got the control yet again. They knocked down Justy, and that was that pickoff. We were talking about how Jay needs to get those nice little controls, turn them into conversions.
And Justy here being caught out here. Board has been laid on.
Oh, Guyu just going in. Golden Kite gets the pickup on the Shihong. Golden Kite, he could potentially just try to get on out. He does have the Dragon. He will get on back to safety. Blacklist International get away with that free kill.
A trade for both teams. It's going to be a farm lane versus a jungle as their trades. What's really nice for both teams is that as much as possible, there should always be a trade. So at least there's no capitalization, whether or not there is a specific player missing for every team fight. And looking at the items, we're almost close to having the farm laners almost full item for this. So 15-7 on this 13-minute game time.
Yeah, and it's like deja vu. Musan King already has like a 2K net worth lead over Justy right now. He's going to start doing some damage. Justy needs to be careful, needs to respect the fact that Musan King could be there with that damage.
The side lane approach here coming in for side of HBSE. They are putting the focus.
Oh, they got the nice little control, but the board, Jay, is in a bad spot. Are they able to make him pay? Guyu, Justy's on the backside with that death precipice. They do have him locked in. Jay is going to be killed, and Justy's on the retreat, or on the assault. Excuse me, a KNC1 not going out. Finding VV, has the damage, gets the pick off onto him, and Blacklist International making him pay with 3 kills.
They took down 3 players now for HBSE. This might be it for Blacklist International. They can take down a high ground tower, or HBSE, will they stop this? The only players left is going to be Musan King and Jihong. What a nice conversion from Blacklist after the play.
Taking the T3, they're looking to end this game. The Blood Rage is going to be on point as well. The Winter is here right on point, but they make Zihong killed on that one. He's going to fall down. They have the board, and Musan King just trying to stay alive, and Blacklist International coming back with that ace, and it's just a matter of time. They need the minions. They'll be here. Jay is continuing to go, but they're going to take the crystal, and Blacklist International will take game 1.
They are on the board, and they put the work on towards HBSE as they claim game number 1 with a superior team fight.